how did you end up performing with? How did you meet Judith Owen?
I was working with her husband, Harry Shearer, and we went up to San Francisco. And I've known Harry and those guys for a long time, all the
Right.
Spinal Tap guys. Um, and I was aware of Judith, the wife. I didn't know what she did or anything. I just said hello a couple of times. And then we went up, we put a little band together and went up to, I forget if it's Jazz or Blues Alley in Seattle. I forget the name of this club. But he had a gig there. This was when he was doing an album about the end of the Bush administration.
Mm.
It was the end of the Bushmen or something like that. And we went up to play this gig, and kind of like in the middle of it, he said, "Oh, my wife's going to come up and play a couple of tunes."
Mm.
And so we can all just, and she started playing and blew my mind. I went, holy shit. And, uh, and she then told me one of her dreams was because when she was a kid, her father sang with the Covent Garden Opera Company.
She's from Wales, right?
Yeah, she's Welsh.
Yeah.
And but she said, when we would drive around in the car, she and her folks and her sister, they would sing like old James Taylor records and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, I've had this dream about maybe doing an album that harkens to that style of recording and style. She said, can you help me? I got Russ and I got Waddy and Lenny Castro, and we went into Sunset Sound, and she would just pull out a song and play it. We would sketch out some kind of a chart for ourselves, and probably cut. And she would, yeah, and we probably got everything on that thing within like 2 takes,
Mm.
um, and we just hit it off perfectly musically, and uh, and we just continued on at that point and just kept recording and doing other projects and stuff. And we did that all the way up. Now, their primary residence, they've got a whole bunch of different homes. They got in London and New Orleans and Los Angeles and stuff. But their primary, where they spend most of their time, is in New Orleans. So she's
Right.
gotten together with a group of players down there where she's doing this thing that's mostly like a tribute to the women singers of like the 30s and 40s. And she's had really good success with this. So she writes me a note every once in a while and goes, when this is over, we'll get back in and start doing my stuff again. But she's finally, gotten really good creds going with this and has been touring in Europe and stuff with it. So I'm really happy for her. But she was a pleasant surprise, I mean, it's funny when you know somebody's spouse.
Right.
Yes. I mean, we had a monitor mixer, which I think it was, I can't remember if it was James Taylor or Phil Collins tour, uh, but we had a monitor mixer. This guy from Texas, just one of the knucklehead guys that we were out on the road with, all the Shoko guys, and he had his girlfriend out there on the road with him, and she was so quiet. I mean, you would never know she was even in the room. She would just be this little mouse. And finally, one day, I saw her sitting in the lobby of the hotel, and I went up to her, and I knew her name was Jane. So I went up and said, Jane, how you doing and stuff. She, oh, doing okay. And I said, tell me about you. What do you like to do? And she went, I like ice skating. Well, it was Jane Torval of
Oh,
Torval and Dean. She's one of the greatest ice skaters in the world. And yet
crazy.
she's a quiet little girl that's hanging out with a monitor mixer out there with us. So, I
Very
mean,
unassuming.
yeah, you just have these discoveries where you kind of go, holy shit, But if I hadn't said anything to her, other than hello, I would have never in a million years known this. It's like Toby in our clubhouse. And I think she skated with the Ice Capades. I mean,
Mm.
she's like a serious athlete in her
Toby
day.
Simmons.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's amazing, all these
Yeah.
things. Everybody's got, see, the thing is, everybody's got a story of some kind. And if you avail yourself of it, it's a fascinating world of just talking to people. And a lot of times people will stop me and they'll start talking, and I start hitting them with questions, and we have a great conversation about their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people kind of denigrate what they do. Oh, I don't, it's not important and all that.
Self-deprecating.
Yeah, and you finally just pull it out of them, and they're interesting people. They
Yeah.
may not be on stage or something like that. But to me, it's a valuable experience. So I've always enjoyed that interaction, and that's how you find out about the world we live in.